So, in spite of everything that's been going on in the world today with the whole, you know what it is, right? Okay, so anyways, so I'm bringing you yet another video. Before I start, please make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and that little bell notification on the side right there in case you are subscribed to me and you do enjoy the content that I make for you. Make sure you hit that so that way you can get the notification whenever I upload a new video. It would help out a lot if many more people would not only watch, maybe put likes or leave comments, but also share with like-minded friends and like-minded people like myself and everyone else who is subscribed to me. So, MediEvil. Wow. Man, that takes me back. Yet another classic game from the PS1 titles that has made a comeback and is actually quite good. I gotta tell you, from personal experience, it's probably the one game that has actually survived the entire time that I've been here on Earth since the 90s. No, I wasn't born in the 90s, I was born in the 80s. But, in my game collection, I have the original PS1 MediEvil game. It's, like I said, it's probably the only thing that I have that I can actually say has survived the ravages of time. And I've played it several times. It's a very long game. I love the fact that it's a very long game. I could probably breeze right through it now that I'm a little older and I know how to do puzzles a lot better and stuff like that. But the impression that I got from the, I guess you could call it remake, I was blown away, because everything is exactly the same. Nothing's changed, maybe for like where you could move the camera behind Dan, which is Dan Fortescue, you know, the little skeleton dude, that in case you really don't know what it is I'm talking about. Those are probably some of the things that have changed, but everything else about this game is exactly the same way as I remember playing it the first time. And I gotta tell you, I was insanely impressed with how the developers polished the game, because they really did polish the game. I enjoyed it a lot, and it's like I've said before in my previous videos, classics hopefully will be making a comeback. Because let's be honest, they make new games and it's all about the microtransactions and the DLCs and a whole bunch of other stuff. But at the end of the day, when you stop playing those games, you feel a little empty inside. You can't lie to me and say you don't, okay? And this is one of those games that when you're done playing it, you feel a sense of accomplishment, because you managed to go through a lot of different levels, and some of them are actually quite difficult, I'll tell you that right now. One of the things that I can honestly say that I appreciate the most, besides the fact that they've kept the game almost exactly the same as the original PS1 title release, is that they left the original voice dialogue
of Gallowmere, who fell at the first charge. The fog of war and the shrouds of time conspire to turn the arrow fodder into the saviour of the day. But we knows better. Let it alone. Fate has given it a second chance. A chance to forget the ignoble truth. A chance to defeat Sarok and live up to the legend. We hopes it does well.
From the PS1 title, everything from Daniel Fortescue's little mumbling, to the gargoyles dialogue, to Zarok's dialogue, and several other NPC characters within the game as well. And damn, I haven't played the whole game because I don't have the whole game. I've only played the demo. But there's this one particular part that I like a lot from the townspeople, where I think it's the wife, that when you do manage to show up at that village later in the game within the levels, one of them just goes la 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 la. I used to laugh my ass off every time I heard it. And if you've never played the original PS1 release title of MediEvil, I really can't tell you if it's exactly the same. Well, I mean, I can tell you if it is exactly the same because I still have it and I still have the PS1. But I don't know. I guess to everybody who new to this game, who've never seen it before, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You're playing the exact same game from the PS1 over to the PS4. It's the exact same thing. Just minor little details here that have changed, but everything from the introduction to the voice acting to the dialogue, a lot of it stayed true to its original release, and that's something that I can really much appreciate from the developers behind the game. I'm glad that they did this because it is really a really good story, a great game, awesome character. I hope they would make more like this later in time. There is actually a MediEvil 2 game, which I've never been able to obtain. Hopefully someday I might look for it and get it to see what the story is like with the second part. I'm not going to give out any spoilers on how the game ends. Obviously the bad guy, loses, but I'm not going to give you detail on how. But it's just one of those types of games where it does take you back when times were better and video games were a lot simpler and they weren't all this complicated fad about the gear that you wear, like the skins that you have on your weapons or your character, or nothing like that. This is a game from simpler times of developers wanting to tell a story and interacting with you by allowing you to play those games. So, do I recommend MediEvil to the new generation? Yes, I do. I recommend it. I recommend it if you're not solely into BS, Fortnite, and all those other online-only games, or games that have absolutely no value, no story, no plot. I do recommend this game, so that way you can actually balance the importance between a good story and just BS empty content, like what they try to sell you and peddle to you and try to make that extra buck from BS designs or skins or whatever, because it really is BS. It's stuff that you can't even keep for yourself because they're online only. But this game, it has everything that a true gamer would want.
Captain Fortescue, it's me, Canny Tim. Does the battle go well? How I wish I could fight at your side again, sir. But hold, you could take my crossbow. It's got rapid fire and you can ricochet the darts off walls to shoot around corners. I used it at the Battle of Gallowmere. After you were slain, I shot Zarek's champion, Lord Kardok. A clean kill through the eye at some 1,000 yards. Not that there's anything clever about shooting someone in the eye, sir. Oh, goodbye, sir.
Good story, good characters, great plot, complicated levels, and a sense of accomplishment at the end of the game. The only reason why I also want to get this game later is because of the trophies, because when I played the original, I found every secret, I've obtained every weapon in the original, and maybe, who knows, maybe this will be a walk in the park for me to obtain every single trophy within the game's re-release or remake. And yeah, I mean, there's not really much else I could say. I'm just gonna tell you the same thing I've been saying ever since. Classics are making a comeback, and let's hope they do. And there's plenty more video games out there that do deserve to, deserve to get a second chance. And maybe even give developers a kind of like a vacation from complicated stories, or I guess heavy demanding work, from working at these studios and publishers and all that stuff, because it's just a cleanup. They cleaned up the characters, they make them look good, they added the graphics to look even better, more impressive, better lighting, better sound. The handling's pretty much the same though. But yeah, I recommend it. MediEvil. The people behind MediEvil, if you ever do see this video, I would like for you guys to try making the second part, the sequel to this story, because there is a sequel to the story, but it never really made it to the PlayStation. It made it to another console. I don't remember if it was a Nintendo or something. I don't remember, but there's a sequel, and I'm hoping that maybe even the developers behind the remake will take the time and actually decide to make the second part as well. And it's more money to you guys, so whatever. But yeah, I mean, hey, what do you think of the classic game of MediEvil being brought back from the dead? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you approve, not approve? Do you prefer the new crap that they're peddling to you, or would you prefer to see the classic titles that actually paved the way for all these games and game developers to get the ideas, or the so-called ideas, that they are applying to today's video game market? So, just remember, leave a like, subscribe, you know, leave a comment, and share with a friend, and that little bell notification, just make sure to hit that so that way you get a notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you very much for watching.